Good evening and welcome to this week's edition of What's Going On. I'm your host, Pastor Akin Bandele. How's everybody doing? Gather in, and let's talk. We got some stuff to talk about tonight. If you are joining us right now, go ahead and text your friends or share the link and have them join us on the conversation tonight. We're going to be talking about social media. What is going on with social media in general? That's what we're going to be talking about tonight. So again, welcome to our program. If you are joining us for the first time, make sure you subscribe to this channel and press that notification bell so that you will get notified whenever we come live to bring you some information and great contents on this channel. Again, thank you for joining us tonight. You want to stay with me tonight because this is going to help a lot of us, especially the ones that have children. So tonight, I just want to talk about what's going on with social media, mainly because whatever is going on has caused me to actually make some money moves today that I need to talk about. Well, when you are dealing with social media, we're talking about Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Okay, that's basically the major ones that people are on. There's been so many issues with social media, so many young people that actually committed suicide because of social media. There's been a lot of criminals that have used social media to wreak havoc, just to do all kind of illegal stuff online. But overall, social media has its place. Because of social media, for instance, I was able to connect with some of my families in other parts of the world. I have friends all over the world. I have friends in Nigeria, in Ghana, in United Kingdom, in Japan, all over the world. I got friends all over the world in India. So social media has, has had its good part, But we're going to deal with some of the pros and the cons tonight. And then I'm going to deal with the money part of social media. Because of the way it is used, it seems to have literally begin to destroy people's lives and destroy people's livelihood. There are so many people that have lost their job because of social media. There are people that have lost money because of social media. Basically, what's supposed to be a platform to connect us, to connect friends, to make us friendly, has become platforms to make us hate each other. It's become platforms where people are bullied. And people that are bullied sometimes, I've seen them commit suicide. There's a couple of them that I saw online where the two girls actually committed suicide because they were bullied online. So, and that's not really the most negative part of social media. For majority of the people that are using social media, they are spending a lot of quality time just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. So an average person may be spending 4 to 8 hours a day on social media. Can you imagine businesses that you could create if you spend those 8 hours to create a business instead of just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling? And it has become so addictive. People are so addicted to social media to where they don't even live a real life anymore. Everything is on social media. They're there 24/7. So let's talk about some of that tonight. Again, welcome all of you that are joining me. If I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to bring anybody on camera, but if I can, I will. My impression is that there needs to be a balance when it comes to the use of social media. And you have to be intentional when you use social media. Businesses are using it, churches are using it, ministries are using it, but you got to be intentional. Let's deal with something like TikTok. I remember when TikTok first came out. I didn't know what it was. I was just scrolling through one day and something asked me to install this app, and I installed it. And after I installed it, I began to see all kind of videos. I will see this video and that video and that video. And trust me, I spent probably 10 hours on TikTok within 1 week, just scrolling and trying to figure out what is TikTok. And finally, I created my own TikTok account just to learn the platform. And it's getting popular. Well, because of its popularity, a lot of young people are on TikTok. But let's deal with TikTok first before I go to the other social media. The U.S. government is once again threatening to ban TikTok in America. The U.S. government, once again, they are threatening to ban TikTok. So, what you should know? Well, nearly 2.5 years ago, after the Trump administration threatened to ban TikTok in the United States, if TikTok didn't divest from its Chinese owners. The Biden administration, though, is now doing exactly the same thing. Well, what is the issue? TikTok actually acknowledged to CNN this week that federal officials are demanding the app's Chinese owners to sell their stake in the social media platform, or they risk facing a U.S. ban on the app. Now, the thing says that the new directive comes from the Multi-Agency Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States of America, following years of negotiations between TikTok and the government body. Well, just think about it. What are their concerns around TikTok? Well, some in Washington have expressed concerns that the app could be infiltrated by the Chinese government to essentially spy on American users or gain access to U.S. user data. Okay? And other people in the government have raised their alarms over the possibility that the Chinese government could use the app to spread propaganda to a U.S. audience. Now, if you understand about TikTok, do you know the TikTok that they are seeing in America is not what they're seeing in China? The algorithm in China only allows their young people, the youth, young adults, to see TikTok information that deals with banking, building homes, starting businesses, getting involved in artificial intelligence, getting involved in engineering. That's all they are pushing on the algorithm. So if you go to China, the TikTok information that we see in the US is not what they're looking at in China. So all the youth and young adults of China are spending hours on TikTok learning about engineering, learning about banking, learning about how to buy islands, learning about how to develop applications. That's what you see on TikTok in China. But you come to American TikTok, the algorithm is pushing young girls showing their breasts and shaking their booty and just dropping it like it's hot. They're just in the makeups and they're showing how to do makeup. They're showing how to how to prank their boyfriend, how to prank their girlfriend, how to prank their parents. It's just a bunch of junk that the algorithm is pushing to the US users. And that is creating a problem because you are literally dumbing down. You are dumbing down the US youth and young adults, while the youth and young adults of China are getting advanced using TikTok. So that has been the concern of also the US government. Now, at the heart of both of these concerns is an underlying concern that any company doing business in China ultimately falls under Chinese Communist Party laws, because TikTok is a Chinese company. So other concerns that are raised that are not unique to TikTok, but more broadly about the potential for social media platform to lead younger users down harmful rabbit holes. Like I said, the algorithm in the US is teaching young people here how to do crime, how to make bombs, how to shake your booty, how to do makeups, how to prank, parents or just literally just stupid stuff. So they're making our youth and young adults more stupid than they already are. And they are spending hours on TikTok creating those TikTok videos. So now, what do you think? And let me see if I have any comments out here tonight. I just heard Jacko said foolishness. Well, let me hear your comment. What do you think? Now, if U.S. decides to ban TikTok, basically they're saying we're going to ban it because Chinese is harvesting the data of the users that are U.S. users. They are harvesting your data, your pictures, your everything that you are doing. They are really using it to harvest data from the U.S. And another concern is the fact that that app, because it's run by a Chinese company, and the Communist government of China, have control really over any companies in China. So they really can use TikTok to, to hack into U.S. infrastructures. And that's the concern that's been there for over 2 years. And with the kind of money now, the Chinese government has actually never asked us for U.S. User data. And we've said this on many occasions. But the deal is, though, mainly because the company is owned by a Chinese company. TikTok is owned by a Chinese company. The federal government, the U.S. government, they are leery and concerned about three things. What it is doing to the young population of the U.S. Number two, the kind of algorithms that they are pushing to U.S. And number three is the fact that your data, the user data, can be harvested by Chinese government to use for other things. And also, they felt like the Chinese government can push algorithm to push propaganda on TikTok that will affect the U.S. masses. Now, I think their fourth reason now is that they say that TikTok can be a threat to national security in the U.S. Now, where else has TikTok been banned? India banned TikTok in the summer of 2020, following a violent border clash between the country and China. In a move that abruptly disconnected the more than 200 million users the app had amassed there in India. Now, late last year, President Joe Biden signed legislation prohibiting TikTok on federal government devices. And more than half of U.S. states have enacted a similar mandate at the state level. So a TikTok spokesman previously blasted this ban as little more than political theater. Well, this ban on TikTok on federal devices passed in December without any deliberation, and unfortunately, that approach has served as a blueprint for other world governments, the spokesperson added. So it's not just the U.S. There are other countries in the world that are banning TikTok because they consider it a security, a national security problem for their nations. So my comment is, what do you all think? What do you think? What is your opinion if they ban TikTok in the U.S.? Let me go to the other social media that really interested me. You all know, Facebook. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter, and I'm on TikTok. Well, because I use Facebook quite a bit personally and also for the church, about 2 years ago, I bought a few shares of Facebook. And, it was a little bit pricey, maybe about $160 per share. So I bought a few shares. Well, in February of this year, well, let me back up. The last quarter of 2022, that stock lost almost 70% of its value. And I'm going to kill two birds with one stone here. For some of you that are investing to learn this technique. So here I have a stock that I paid $164 a share for, now trading at $80, $84, $85, $88. So what I did was not panic, because if I panicked and sold in October, November last year, I would have lost 50 to 60% of my investment. And that loss would have been on me. So instead of selling, what I did was, as the stocks kept dropping, I started buying more. 10 more, 15 more, 20 more, 50 more, 10 more, 5 more. As they kept going down in price, what that does is it averages out my cost. Even though I pay $164, By the time the stock got down to $88, my average cost, because I kept buying a little bit at a time, 5 shares here, 10 shares here, every time it dropped. So my average cost that used to be 164, 167, now went down to 142. Okay? But still, I was losing money. But then, February, Facebook announced that they made a lot of money. And because of that, the last quarter announcement, in one day, the stock went up $33 in one day. And since then, it's been going up $3, $5, $6 a day, to where it got up to about $190 a share. And by the way, it's not traded as Facebook anymore. It's traded right now as Meta, M-E-T-A, M-E-T-A. For some of you that may be writing notes, it's now, if you want to buy the stock, it used to be Facebook, but it's now Meta, M-E-T-A. Anyway, so, yesterday the stock lost about $1.50, which is okay. But, it's gotten up to about $196. But then I woke up today like I always do. After I do what I do in the morning, exercise, drink my tea, check my blood pressure, exercise a little bit. Well, I said, let me go check my investment. So I went to check my investment, and I noticed that Facebook was going up tremendously, to where it went up almost close to $7 a share just today. So around 1 o'clock this afternoon, I was looking at it, that it actually got up to $206 a share at about 1 o'clock this afternoon. So I had to make a decision. So I started finding out why. The reason Facebook and Instagram stock went up high today is because of the news that the federal government is threatening to ban TikTok. Where are those millions of people going to go once they ban TikTok? Boom, all of them go rush to Facebook and Instagram. So those two stocks shot up. Facebook is an American company. Instagram is an American company. So because of that news alone, the stock of Facebook went high today, and the stock of Instagram went high. So I made a financial decision. I reduced my position so that I can take a little bit of profit. Okay, and that's what I do with social media. If you're going to be on social media, at least own some of their stocks, so that when they are doing well, you are making money. Okay, and that's another story in itself. So, just because the federal government have the news that they may ban TikTok, the social media companies in America, their stocks shot up. I mean, literally, in one day, made, $4,000 gain in one day. So I made a financial decision. I said, you know what, let me get rid of, not all the stocks. I got rid of enough. I got rid of maybe about 70% of my stock, so that I can take profit. And then I'll see what the stock does. So again, for some of you young people that are watching me out there, instead of wasting your life on Instagram, on TikTok, and Facebook, and Twitter, why don't you find a way to make money or earn income on those social media? And that's what I said, what's going on with social media? Our young people are losing their shirt. They're losing their lives on social media, but they're not earning any income on it. The same thing with like YouTube. I created a YouTube channel for myself, and once I find out if you can create great contents and people are viewing those contents, YouTube will actually pay you. But still, our young people have become just users. Social media has become like drugs to many of them, where they just getting a shot of drugs. It's become like drugs to them, to where they are using it, but they are not benefiting from it. They are not profiting from it. And we need to change that mentality. Even with our church, I use social media, and I'm creating a social media group right now. Our director of our AV, Brother Joshua Bandele, who, by the way, pretty soon we're going to try to do his licensing, his ordination. He's our director of our AV ministry, and he's beginning to take on a whole lot of other work, with the lighting and the music and the, cameras and the sound, and now kind of pulling together some social media group so that we can use social media at our church as a tool for ministry, not to waste people's time, but to propagate the gospel of Jesus Christ. And at the same token, I use it to actually get new visitors to come to our church. Okay, I've gotten quite a few people from social media, that have come to our church. So you have to learn how to use social media, not for you to just waste your life. I got a couple of comments here that I'm going to go to. Again, I thank you all for joining us tonight. We are talking about social media, what's going on with social media. And I just talked about Facebook and their stand and the way their stock went up today, when I was able to benefit from it. I don't know what you did. You probably posted 10 times on Facebook today, but you made 0. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to teach you some of this stuff. And then with TikTok, with the government trying to ban it, we'll see what happens. Well, let me go to Genevieve. Say, well, it has so many things now right done on TikTok. Many parents don't allow their kids on it. Well, that's the point, because a lot can go on that TikTok that if parents are not careful, your children can literally be lost like a coon. I mean, they can be lost like a raccoon. They can be kidnapped through TikTok. Their identity can be stolen through TikTok. They literally can even spy in your house through TikTok. On my phone, I literally have it to where my camera does not work unless I turn it on myself. I went in, I reprogrammed my phone. I went into the Android backend programming and do it to where my camera never works unless I intentionally go turn something on. Okay, because I just know that there's a way they can spy on what you are doing online. You can tell, you search for anything online, all of a sudden all your posts is about what you search. I mean, if you don't believe me, go search for Social Security or search for marijuana, good, or whatever. Just search for anything. And then you go on your social media. You're going to notice that that's most posts that you're going to see. The algorithm is going to push those things to you. If you search on how to repair your roof, all of a sudden on your social media, you're going to start getting roofing advertisements because they are harvesting your data, even as you do searches. Let me go to Sister Yolanda, Minister Yolanda. Minister Yolanda says people can become addicted to social media. The platform is used to showcase what they eat, what they do, and issues and concerns of life. The addiction can become so bad, it could become their gods. Thank you, woman of God, for that, Minister Yolanda. Thank you for that. Yeah, people post their food. They post when they are leaving house. They live in their home. Oh, I'm on my way to Utah. I'm on my way to California. Well, the thieves know you are out. So they come look for your house. They come look for your house and rob you blind before you get back home. There's so many atrocities, so many evil that can be perpetrated using Facebook. So you have Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or TikTok, any of the social media stuff. You just have to pay attention to what your children are doing. You have to pay attention to what your young people are doing. Amen. And you have to pay attention to what you are doing on social media. You have to pay attention to what you are doing. What are you doing on social media? What are you posting? What are you reading? What are you commenting on? Okay? But some of this data, there are digital footprints. I say that again. Everything that you do on social media has what they call digital footprints, meaning that they can track everything back to you. They know when you are talking about banks. They know when you are trying to buy a gun. See, if you go online and search on how to buy weapons, all that data is stored, your search. Okay? So there's a lot of data harvesting where they are using users' data to push advertising to people. And I mean, have you noticed, if you go search for, if you don't believe me, go search online the average price of Camry. Just search the average price of Camry. And then wait about 5 minutes and go on your Facebook, TikTok, on Instagram. You're going to start seeing advertisement about Camry. All kind of dealers. They're going to start pushing contents to you. Go search about, on Monday. This is so funny. On Monday, I went search through my VPN. I don't know if you know what VPN is, a virtual private network where you can search securely. In other words, where you don't allow them to track your search engine, what they are searching. I'm an IT person. I know how to do all that, okay? So I was able to block my search. I just wanted to see how deep can they crawl. And that's another word that I'm throwing out, crawling, where they crawl the internet to find out what's going on. Anyway, that's another story in itself. But I blocked my search to where I'm doing a secure search with 3 levels of security. I've got a firewall. I've got a VPN. And then I'm using a browser that also has security. I wasn't using Internet Explorer. I wasn't using Firefox. I was not using Google Chrome. I was using something else. And do you know I did a search on blood pressure because my blood pressure went up so high on Monday, like I told you all on Wednesday. It went up so high that I'm trying to figure out what's causing it, highest than it's ever been in 65 years of my life. So I kept looking around to find out what's causing it. I thought maybe my wife cooked something that got some, I don't know, maybe salt. I didn't know what it was. But thank God I was able to figure out what to do to bring it back down to where it's always been, and it's down now. But anyway, within 5 minutes that I searched for blood pressure, the correct blood pressure for men. What about if your blood pressure goes to 199 over 99, systolics being 199, the top number, and the bottom number being 99, almost 100, and I checked it 3 times, and everything was coming up. Okay, go to ER, go to ER, go to ER, go to emergency room, because they felt like that is a very high blood pressure, which I know it was. And then I thought maybe my machine was bad, okay, because I checked it 3 times. I thought maybe my machine, went bad. So I changed the batteries. And I checked the blood pressure again, and it's still the same thing, 199 over 99. For many of you that don't know, normal blood pressure should be 120 over 80. Systolic is 120, diastolic is 80, 120 over 80. So I said, well, this is not normal. But I wasn't feeling sick. I was not sick. There was no symptoms. There was no numbness. There was no dizziness. There was no headache, nothing. But just my routine check on myself every day. I check blood pressure 2 or 3 times a day. So just my routine checkup revealed that. One day. So I fought that for all Monday, and then by Tuesday, I got it back down to like 125 over 75 or 77, which I was very happy about that. And with that, I was able to find out 3 major leaves that I have in my house that I was able to boil. Put in the tea and drank it, and within 2 hours, 3 hours of drinking it, the blood pressure started coming down. So now I know And actually, I just gave some to a member of our church that's fighting blood pressure, because she's not taking any blood thinner or any other medication. So we'll see what it does for her. But anyway, the algorithm, even though my search about blood pressure problem was secured, do you know I got on Facebook and there were over 20 different posts on, oh, how do you buy these? Buy this for your blood pressure. This video about blood pressure. This, I thought, Lord, have mercy. I mean, I was bombarded for almost 2 days with all kind of posts about high blood pressure. This doctor saying that doctor saying that. This sponsored advertisement about this machine. One of them even came, oh, you buy a bracelet that lower your blood pressure. Man, that's a joke. That's a joke. I mean, it was crazy. So anyway, it's very dangerous what they are doing, so your data could be harvested. Well, thank you very much, Sister Alice. Welcome. Good evening, family. Just getting up from work. Welcome. Amen. I see Sister Yolanda waving her hand at me. Okay, she raised her hand. Joshua, can I bring her on camera? Okay, we cannot bring her on camera. Okay, I can bring you on camera. But, next time, you know what I'm going to do? I need to find a way to where I can invite people to join me live. To where I can just invite you right then for you to be able to join me live. We're going to figure that out. Even if I've not invited you, to join me, I want to see there's a way I can add somebody to my broadcast while I'm live. I know they're able to do it on TikTok. And that's why I've been trying to grow my TikTok channel. They won't let me go live on TikTok because I have to have 1,000 subscribers. And I don't have but maybe 30. So I've been trying to find a way to grow my TikTok channel. But if the government is going to ban it, then it doesn't make any sense. But the reason I wanted to grow it was because my going live on YouTube, I can also go live on TikTok and can bring some of you in as my guests to ask questions live, to actually talk live and ask questions and talk and comment. And I'm going to work on that because I know Yolanda, maybe she wave her hand saying she got something to say. Oh, she's waving at Sister Alice. Yolanda, get out of my page. That's my sister, you all. She's waving. I thought she was waving at me. She's waving at somebody else. But anyway, we are talking about social media. If any of you have comments, you can comment. I was going to bring, actually I would have loved to bring Joshua, on camera because I know he does a lot of social media. I don't know if he wants to come on camera. Joshua, you want to come on camera? Okay. Okay, I'm going to bring Joshua on camera. And I want him to just tell you all about, and I'm going to move over, and I'm going to just let him come and tell us what he thinks about what's going on with social media. Come on, son. Just come on. You all that are watching me, this is my AV guy in my studio right now, so he's going to sit on my seat. And just come on, go ahead.
Hello, everybody. So, I'm a big social media person. I use it for just entertainment as well as business. So I do see both sides of it where you are distracted or you're just scrolling for, hours at a time. But I also see the benefits of it with my business. I get about, I want to say 85 to 90% of my business from social media, from my video work and my photography work. So I will say that depending on how you want to utilize social media, I guess it makes it what you make social media what you want to make it basically. I know plenty of people that make money off of social media. Like that's all that they do is they post content or they get brand deals. They get brands to be able to send them their items, whether these are cars, electronics, clothes.
Okay.
So I think there are benefits to social media. I do think it can be beneficial, but I think it's all what you make social media out to be. But it can definitely be a time waster as well.
Okay, well, I don't need to be on camera. They can still hear me. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
How much money have you made on social media? Just an average.
I mean, I don't know an average, but I would say I made maybe $40,000 to $60,000 from starting my business Instagram, like with people, like instant messaging me to book my services before I even had a website. I just actually started a domain website this year, or maybe half of last year, like the middle of last year.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Well. Let me ask you another question. How many hours do you spend a day on social media?
I for sure spend probably 8 to 10 hours on social media.
I'm telling you, that's the truth. That is the truth.
Yeah, probably about 8 to 10 hours on social media. Yeah, my wife can definitely attest to that. Probably 8 to 10 hours on social media for sure.
And that's what they are saying. Now, with social media, now you're using it for business, and I understand. I'm gonna try to come on camera. You all just excuse us. This was not planned tonight, so I'm gonna come on camera. Now, why are you taller than me? Wait a minute. Come on now.
It's my hair.
Is that hair? Is that Jamaican hair? Now, let me ask you. Let me just ask the people tonight. Since the government is trying to ban TikTok, okay, will that affect businesses that are advertising on TikTok?
Yes, it will. Like I said, it's a benefit for both parties, because now instead of a business spending millions of dollars on TV or radio commercials, they're spending maybe a few $1,000s to give this particular person the creative freedom to create their own personalized commercial to their audience.
Okay.
So, yeah, it definitely is going to, I think, affect businesses along with those people who strictly make money off of social media.
Well, what about, let's look at this for a minute. Now, so all social media also, many of them are traded publicly. Since you say you spend 10 hours on social media, which one of them do you spend 10 hours on? Is it Instagram, TikTok?
Instagram. I actually don't have a TikTok.
You don't have a TikTok,
Yeah,
okay.
just Instagram and Facebook. But Instagram is where I spend the most of my time.
Okay, on Instagram, is Instagram a public company?
I believe Instagram is a public
I
company.
know they are. How many stocks of Instagram do you have?
I have, I want to say like 5 stocks of Instagram. I don't have that much.
You got 5 stocks of Instagram.
Yeah,
At least you have some, though.
Yes.
Which is good, because I would say 75 to 80% of people using Instagram don't even have Instagram stocks.
Right.
Which is sad, because you are using their platform. You know their platform is making money, but you're not making money with their platform, whether creating contents or advertising on their platform. Now, you use Facebook sometimes.
Yes.
How many stocks of Facebook do you have?
I have a fraction of a stock of Facebook.
You got 0. Huh?
Facebook was a little too rich for my blood when I tried to get into the stock of Facebook. So
I see. So it was true, though. That's true. Because when I bought Facebook, it was my wife that actually told me about Facebook. Because I was always on Facebook, and she said, "Honey, why don't you buy Facebook stock?" I said, "That's a good idea." So I went and looked, and it was like $167, $168 a share. So I bought some, okay? And then I've been watching it since then, and it got, like I said, it got up to $358. And then it started going down to where it went down to $88. But as it was going down, I was buying more and more and more and more and more. And now that it's gotten up to over $206, I reduced my position by selling I sold about 75 to 80% of my stocks, so that I can I'm taking my profit plus I'm taking my original investment that I put in Facebook. So I still have a little bit of stocks in Facebook. I'm not going to sell it all, but I took some profit out. So now let me ask you then with social media, what will you recommend to young people between the age of 18 to maybe 40? What would you recommend to them? Because the same way you spend 10 hours on Instagram, I know young people that are spending 12 hours, 15 hours on Instagram. What would you recommend to them for them to have a balance? And then I'm going to go to my platform to see who are commenting. Go ahead. Just
Okay.
talk to the young people of your age.
So I mean, it's definitely, like you said, it's definitely, I think, a balance that you have to build and hold yourself to, because it can definitely waste a lot of time that you have. I think learning to utilize it to create a stream of income for yourself is obviously ideal, because again, that's another stream of income that you can have, and you can be getting, like I said before, brand deals and things of that nature. I also think that just divvying up your time, like allocating. I know iPhones, which you don't like, but iPhones, they have what they call screen time, so you can actually have your phone allocate the amount of time that you can spend on social media.
Well, Android does it too.
Okay.
Because I set it up one time and literally turned my phone off at 10:30 and told me to go to bed. I said, the devil. I don't have, my father died over 40 years ago. My mama died over 10 years ago, and my wife is asleep. Who are you to tell me to go to bed? I mean, literally,
Right.
at about 10:30 on that, there was a post that came up. Well, I think it's time for bed.
They were telling the
Stop the scrolling. I said, Ninja, get off my page. And it was a post that came on.
Right.
And then one time I was on there about 11 o'clock. I was searching something and I was trying to, write some posts so that people will see when they wake up in the morning. And literally my phone went dark. It took me an hour to figure out what happened. So yeah, I know the cell phones, especially the newer cell phones, are able now to monitor how much time you are spending
Yes.
on social media, so that you can kind of give a balance with that.
And also, I would say, be mindful, I guess, of what you're posting. I know a lot of people are posting like, oh, I'm going to eat here, or I'm at this location, or I'm going to be going to this location. In my generation, I know a lot of people have been robbed, killed, set up.
Really? Wow.
Because their enemies or people that wanted to rob them literally just followed their social media, and they see, oh, okay, you say that you're at this bowling alley, so that definitely means that you're not at home, or that definitely means that you're not by your car. So I would say use caution and be wise with what you're posting. If you're posting that you're at a location, because these locations also pinpoint the address, no matter whether they're following you or not, they can literally click on there and see the address of the location at, just to post that later after you're gone, or at the
Okay.
end of the day, where it really doesn't matter. But even then still, especially if you go to places all the time, like, be cautious of you posting. You don't have to post everything. It basically is what I'm saying.
Thank you
Like,
very much for that. Thank you
like,
very much.
let some
that is
stuff be
very
private.
That's very important. That's very important. Well, let me ask you a question then, since you mentioned that, because I post like that sometimes. Like when I'm at church, I will check in. Is that a bad thing or a good thing for social media?
I mean, it's not. I think it also depends on your lifestyle. I mean, are you somebody that has a lot of enemies coming to get you or not? But I mean,
Well, I guess I got a lot of them online.
I mean, I just think just using discretion with what you're posting.
Because if
like,
it's not, you're saying it's not a good thing to check in.
I mean, I think it's okay. I'm just saying, if you are somebody of, I mean, I see it mostly with people of a higher status in our, communities, like celebrities and things like that, because you're posting, hey, I'm
I'm at this place.
I'm at this event. they know that you're not home and that you won't be home for several hours. So you kind of make yourself more of a target because you've also posted your house. Like, oh, this is what I have in my house. They see the cars that are in the front yard. They see the jewelry that you know that may be in the closet that's in this house.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you're kind of
okay.
depending on what you're posting, you're kind of painting a target on your back.
Okay,
I mean, you're
okay.
posting your car with your license plate, your license plate. Like, it's a bunch of things that I think we post and we do, thinking that it's innocent, but people that you know are evil or
Yeah, bad actors. Yeah.
do have you know vengeance and things like that in their heart. They could definitely utilize social media, and I know also jobs look at your social media too. So you might pretend like you're you know, business professional at work, but they see your social media and see that you
All you're
party
doing
all the
is-
time, you
all
drink all the time,
you're
you smoke all the
drinking,
time.
you're gyrating, you're posting your
Right.
gun and posting weed and all that stuff.
Right.
Well, very good. Well, in 30 seconds, Yolanda said yes. There are so many. Somebody said there are so many scammers online, and trying to distinguish reality from fake is not easy. How if somebody posts a business online? Because you know, I actually gotten somebody. I believe my roofer. I got it through their posting on Facebook, and they did a good job. They did a good job on my roofing. I replaced the roof of my house, and they did a very good job. But I found them on Facebook. I looked through the, you know, I called all kind of people.
Right.
I couldn't get nobody. Then I had my carpet cleaned about 4 weeks ago through a post on Facebook.
Right.
Come to find out, I knew the gentleman that owned the business. When I called, he said, Pastor Akin? I said, what do you mean, Pastor Akin? I said, I'm just calling. I saw an ad on Facebook, you know, that you clean carpets for, you know, the whole house was going to cost me $75. The whole house. He was charging $25 to clean a room. I mean, I thought, wow, let me get him. So when I called, he recognized my number because he had my number on his phone. And he said, Pastor Akin, I said, yeah, who are you? And he told me who he was, and I hired him, and he came. He did a great job. I mean, got my carpet cleaned better than Sears. Better. Sears literally wet my carpet, and it was so soggy, I had to bring them back. But this guy just found him on Facebook, and it was $25. I said, what am I was just going to let him clean one room as a test. And when he cleaned that room and I saw what he did, I thought, woo, go ahead and clean my stairway and that room and that room. So, I mean, when he left, literally I gave him $50 tips because it was so cheap to clean my 3 area, $75, which I've already spent $400 with other companies to clean the same area anyway. So, in a nutshell, maybe in 1 minute, speak to the audience, especially the youth and young adults. The do's and don'ts that you feel that they need to know when it comes to social media.
Okay. So I feel divide your time up well. Time management. That's number one. Like almost setting a schedule. Like, I'm going to spend X amount of hours on social media, and then, you know, once you reach that point, then to cut off social media. Because you're not going to miss anything. You can literally go to whoever you're following's page the next day if you really just want to see what they're doing and catch up with what they posted the day prior or hours prior. And then also look to create a stream of income from it. If you're somebody that likes to cook, set up your phone in your house and show, you know, the recipes that you're cooking. If you like to draw, set up the camera and let the people watch you draw, watch you paint.
Okay.
Just trying to create another stream of income because you're already on the platform, and so you can utilize the platform to create really a lucrative business or a lucrative brand or name for yourself. So I think time management, try to make it a stream of income. And then just be mindful of what you're posting, knowing that anybody that follows you can, you know, get your location
And
or
you can see
even,
what you're
yeah.
posting. Okay. All right. Thank you, Brother Joshua. Thank you for coming on camera with me, even though he didn't want to come on camera. You know. Well, thank you very much. We've had we spent. I mean, this has been a time well spent tonight. Let me see if there are anybody else. If there are any other questions on my platform, I don't see any more questions. Well, I thank you all for joining me tonight. But what's going on with social media? You heard a lot from another young person, young adults, that he's able to create some income on social media using social media as advertising. And I like some of the stuff he said. So I actually, some of the stuff he said was what I was using Facebook for. Because I will go through Facebook and find people that live in Missouri City, Houston, Stafford. I will look for their posts and I will comment on their posts. And I may comment on their posts for 3 days, 4 days, or 5 days. And then once I comment on their posts and they respond, now I know I can go into their DM, inbox them to ask them questions. What church do you go to? What church are you a member of? I'm a pastor. I'm a pastor. Come see me. So I've done that. I use Facebook for it. When I started Facebook, that's what I used it for, to reach out to people that are 20-mile radius of our church so that I can minister to them, not just online, but invite them to come see me at church. Now, he mentioned something about actually making money online. If you like to cook, you post your cooking. If you like to do certain things, well, there are some things I like to do, which is finding ways to not be sick. 2 things I do. 1, research how not to be sick. And if you're sick, how to get rid of that sickness. Number 2, I'm looking where the money is flowing. Where is the money at? So that I can make some money moves. Most of the stuff I do online, on social media or online, they are with those 2. And then number 3, I take both of them to see how I can weave it into ministry. So let's say somebody posted that their mother has cancer, for instance, or their mother has high blood pressure, or whatever it is, or their dad, or I will reach out to them, just say, okay, I'm praying for your mom or I'm praying for your dad. And then I may inbox them. How old is your dad? What is he doing? And they go, well, he's on 3 blood pressure medication and all that stuff. And I will ask them, is it possible? Do you want to come see me? Because I can pray for your dad, pray for your mom, and also give them some instructions from the Bible that can help their health. And I've had a few people come, from that. I had a gentleman that owned a restaurant that had prostate cancer that I helped several years ago. And we thank the Lord, God healed him miraculously. He was going to the doctor to check the prostate cancer. And the next thing they knew, cancer was gone. And he didn't have to go through radiation or chemo, none of that stuff. So God is still a miracle worker. And he still does miracles. So, but many times I don't post, I don't post the trees and the herbs that God have revealed to me that can help with health. I don't post them because, number 1, I'm not a doctor. I'm just a pastor, a man of God. So I know how to pray. I know how to read the Bible. I know how to seek the face of the Lord. And I know how to deal with all those demonic spirit of infirmities, sicknesses. I don't like sicknesses. I just don't like being sick. And anytime I'm sick, we're going to find a solution to it within 3 to 4 days. We're going to find out what it is. And we may cover it up with medication, but I'm not going to stop at just taking medication. I'm going to find out what is the root cause of that problem. And that's what I do. If somebody tell me they have diabetes, and they're taking, metformin or insulin, yeah, that's good that you have a doctor that's managing it and making sure you don't die. But we need to find out what's causing your problem. What's causing your problem? Is it your lifestyle? Is there a way we can change your lifestyle? Change your lifestyle. I'll pray for you, cast a demon out of you, and then talk to you to just give you instructions of some things you can do. So I do that as a pastor, as a minister right now. I use the spiritual and the physical, and I marry them together to help people. And that's what I've been doing online. So I know what Brother Joshua said. I'm going to talk to him at length if he thinks it's something I can do, because even when I do those teas and different things, maybe I can video it and show people. But then the problem is, the reason I don't like to do that is because many of these people don't have common sense. Their doctors put them on the medication, but they want to take themselves off of medication. You can't do that. The doctor puts you on, you got to make sure it's the same doctor that take you off of it. What you want to do is work on your health so that you can go back to your doctor and they can say, okay, you don't need that blood pressure medication anymore, or you don't need that much insulin anymore, or you don't need that cholesterol medication anymore. You have to work on the doctors are helping you so that you don't die. They give you pharmaceuticals to keep the disease down so that you can continue to live. They give you pharmaceuticals to lower your blood pressure, your cholesterol, to lower your sugar and all that stuff. But you need to find out the root cause so that you can kill the problem at the root, or prune that demon, or prune that weed. So once you find out the root cause of the problem, if it's a deficiency, then you take vitamins that will give you what you are deficient of. So, and that's what I do. So, but I'm going to talk to Joshua though, because the reason I don't like putting mine on social media, because people can take it as if you are giving them medical advice, which I cannot give anybody any medical advice. I'm not a medical doctor. You go to your own medical doctor. The only advice I can give you is how to miss hell. I can advise you on how to miss hell, how to make it to heaven, how to live for God. And I can pray for you. But I can also give you certain things that I have done that has helped me. But just because it helped me may not help you. It all depends on how consistent you are and how bad do you want it. So, but I'm going to talk to my new social media, my social media guru, to see if there's some of the stuff I'm doing. Because right now I'm only doing it one-on-one. I pray for somebody, they have an issue, then I work with them. I pray for a young lady that was blind in one eye. So I'm working with her right now, and she told me she's able to see a little bit from that eye now, just a little, but we're working on it. And, I have somebody else that have a high cholesterol. We pray for them, and the children continue to take your cholesterol medication. But then we work on some things, so where then in 3-4 months, they go to see their doctor, they're going to take them off of that medication. The same thing with blood pressure. The same thing with diabetes. So you got to continue to take the medication to keep the disease down while you find the root cause of the disease. And once you get to the root cause of the disease and you can solve that problem, then your doctor will advise you to get off of your meds. Okay? All right. Well, I want to thank, Sister Tasha, thank you so very much. She gave me a diamond, 99 cents diamond. Thank you, Sister Tasha. Hey, we thank everyone that support us on this YouTube channel. For many of you that don't know how she did it, if you look on your where you write your comment, there's a $sign right there. You can click the $sign, and it gives you a chance to do what they call a super chat or a super sticker. It's going to ask for your credit card though, or your debit card to put in there. And you can do stuff for like 99 cents or $1 or $10 or $20 or whatever it is that your heart desires to help us to continue to bring you contents like we're bringing you tonight. Now, after I talk to, I'm going to talk to my attorney first, and then I'm going to talk to Joshua. I may start bringing some of the stuff that I've been able to do with different illnesses. Maybe I can start bringing it on social media just to help people. But, like I said, I have to be very careful about that. So anyway, thank you very much, Brother Joshua, for coming on board tonight. Miss Roberts, I get lots of craft orders and sales through social media. There's a lot of good as well as bad on social media. Thank you, Miss Roberts. Yeah, that's what Joshua was saying. that he uses it to promote his business. So that's very good. Well, my time is up tonight. I thank you all for joining me tonight, everyone. Go ahead and share this video. And until next Thursday at the same time, 7:30 Central Standard Time, this is yours truly, Pastor Akin Bandele, checking out. You all have a good evening. I love you. Jesus loves you more. Good night, family.